We are here now with Simon Leslie, who we're pleased to say is the new owner of Eastbourne Borough Football Club. Welcome to the club, Simon. It's your first interview, so why don't you tell us and those watching a little bit about yourself and how you ended up here at Eastbourne Borough as the owner?
I'm Simon Leslie, I've got to say I'm super excited to be here. This is a great club with a great following, and my ambition is to make it an even better club and do amazing things. I come from a media background. I've had 30 years in business, developing people. That's what I've spent my career doing, developing people and making them into better human beings, and that's what I plan to do with the teams all the way through the age groups. And this is probably the most exciting project I've ever worked on, and I've worked on some amazing projects. I've worked on Super Bowls, World Cup finals. I love sport. I'm passionate about sport, and this for me is the best project.
Well, the vision is something you've talked about. What is that vision?
The vision is to take these. Let's take the first team, for example. I want to take the first team players and help them. One, become better footballers through Mark and his team, but also to make them better humans. Give back, work in the community, look at every aspect of their life and say, how can I improve? And I talk to some of the players as they're coming through here for their medicals, and they're super excited because a lot of them haven't got a clue what they want to do yet. And having me and the people I will bring into the club will help them support their career post-football as well. And that's the thing that's really important, because football is a short career. And once it finishes, too many players are broken by the game, haven't got a vision of what they really want to do next, and that we want to make sure that they've got a plan, and whatever that plan is, we're going to help them work it through.
And where does your new manager Mark Beard fit into all that?
Well, the thing I love about Mark is his number one priority is player welfare. He did it at Brighton, he did it at Dorking, and it was spending time with the players, not just turning up, having a moan at them and then saying, this is how we're going to play, and not talking to them again. He spends so much time talking to them, creating an individual performance plan that will develop them as players. So he buys into what I want to do as players, and we've had a few conversations with players who just don't get it. They just want more money, and that's this club is not going to be about money. This club will be about how we develop the players. I said to a couple of players already, don't come here. Watch what happens from the sidelines and be disappointed that you got an extra £50.
And Mark will be supported by some quite interesting backroom staff. Can you tell us a bit more about them?
Well, he's got an amazing team. Some ex-Eastbourne legends, Jay Lovett, Jamie Strong, who was the assistant manager, and Dr. Niall Clark, who won 4 Premier Leagues in 4 different countries. So, there's an unbelievable depth of experience within his team, and obviously Mark comes with amazing references and pedigree.
Well, you mentioned those references. They were Dan Ashworth, who is at Newcastle United, previously with Brighton in England, probably the number 1 sporting director in the world, and also Graham Potter, who did so well with Swansea and then most recently with Brighton. Slightly didn't work at Chelsea, but that's football. They speak for themselves, really, don't they?
Absolutely. And I think Chelsea is an example of money doesn't solve every problem. It is about culture, it's about innovation, it's about doing things slightly differently to the way everyone else is, and that's what they did at Brighton. Those guys all developed at Brighton, and they're putting their skills now into other teams. The fact that Dan Ashworth responded within such a short period of time to give Mark a reference, we turned this around so quickly, and Dan came back, I wouldn't say instantly, but within a few minutes, and that is testament to Mark's pedigree.
And he himself says that he plays a high-tempo game. He does things in a modern, forward-thinking way. How are you going to be able to support him in what he wants to do on the playing side?
I'm just going to encourage him and cheer from the stands. I'm going to leave the football to Mark. I'm going to help them with their mental state off the pitch. I'm going to make them stronger humans. I'm going to bring in some of the best gurus, I guess is the best word for it, from around the world. People who've worked with some of the biggest sports stars, and we're going to infect them with positivity and belief.
And so, what is the aim on the pitch in, say, the next 5 years?
This is football. I could say, we want to be in the Premier League in 10 years, but The ambition is to play better football, to win more games, not get beaten on a horrible pitch on a Tuesday night in Chelmsford. I've been told that's the worst pitch in the league. It's to play nice football. You know, I've watched too many teams play really nice football and not win. It's about playing nice football and knowing how to win as well. No, and that comes from courage from the players, and it comes from courage from the management team as well.
And they went close to getting in the playoffs last season. Without setting yourself any goals or standards, because obviously this is a time of great change and things often take time to bed in. Ultimately, being promoted out of this division is a keen priority of yours.
100%. We want to start thinking like we're a League Two club. That doesn't mean we are going to be a League Two club, but our thinking, our behaviours, the stuff that we're going to do with the team will be like a League Two club. We're not going to think and behave like a National League South team. People are starting to see the changes we're making already. Our thinking is bigger, braver, more courageous, and that's what we want to have running through the club, not just in the first team, but all the other teams as well.
That's the playing side. What about off the pitch? What are you seeking to do with this club, which is an exciting place, and I think there's got a heck of a lot of potential in the next 5 years or so?
You know, the best thing about this club is by the seaside. And most of the clubs that have that culture of fresh air, beautiful trees, lots of green around it, there's a lot of place for people to refresh, recreate. I always say recreate is a way of recreating, bring out the best in them. And I'm going to have some of the best facilities here at this club that no one else in the non-league has got. So the thinking is not going to be the same as anyone else in this league. We're going to have medical machines that even some of the Premiership teams don't have. You know, some of these machines are cutting edge, will help the players get stronger, recover from injury quicker, recover from playing quicker, and that investment in that equipment will certainly help us as a club, and it'll be available to everyone in the community. So all of a sudden, you know, people in Eastbourne will live longer, feel better, recover from hip injuries or whatever damage they do to themselves.
Well, one of the changes that you've made, the fans will have seen very recently, was to change the crest, the badge. Tell us about why you decided to do that and what the new crest says about what you're trying to do here at this club.
Well, it's about evolution. It's not a revolution here. I mean, people think there's a revolution, but there really isn't. I'm evolving the club. I'm taking it into the next 10, 15 years of its life. The crest has been the same for over 2 decades, and it's time to just gently evolve. There's going to be a change in the kit. We're going to keep gently improving every aspect of the club, from the grassroots right to the top.
And in terms of your final message to the existing fan base, but also anyone who might become fans and the wider population of Eastbourne, what's your message to them?
My message is, look, you've all been very vocal and critical, and I've got no problem with that. You must criticise us as much as you want, but you must come. You must come watch the games. You must come turn out, cheer, because what will make a difference to this team is that this stadium is full every week. This stadium needs to be full of people who are passionate about Eastbourne Borough, as I am. I'm absolutely super excited for this season. I will do everything I can to make this team a huge success, help every single player achieve their goals, dreams and ambitions, and if you turn up and cheer for us, we'll be a match made in heaven.
Thank you very much, Simon Esley. Welcome to the club.
Thank you.